We are reporting about the infighting in Russian armed forces, and now Russians, Espanola Battalion, were seconds away from firing on Akhmat troops, TikTokers in slippers. Espagnola's full statement. 3 days ago, a group of fighters from the Espanola Brigade, who were moving in accordance with combat orders in a column rotation in 2 vehicles to the LBS zone, were blocked by unknown armed men in 4 vehicles. From the cars blocking our column in the Uglagorsk area without license plates, some had FSB license plates, with illumination reminiscent of either a New Year's tree or a retro disco, strange bearded men in civilian clothes, some even in slippers, armed with automatic weapons, came pouring out and tried to be cheeky to our fighters, introducing themselves as employees of the Russian National Guard, the military commandant's office, the prosecutor's office, Akhmat, and the investigative committee. They did not provide any documents, and they could not really name the reasons for the attack, but they shouted incoherent threats and insults at the top of their voices, screamed, and in every way provoked the Espanola fighters into conflict. In general, they staged a glorious circus. The reason for the attack, as it later turned out, was a traffic incident that had happened earlier in the vicinity of Kartsisk, when a Kia, also driving without license plates, cut off Espanola's convoy from the oncoming lane, almost causing an accident. According to the attackers, their car was let through without due respect, while the special forces in slippers were shouting they were fighting for you, for Russia. At the time of the incident, the Espanola column, we recall, was moving in accordance with the BR to the BZ, the implementation of which was at that moment under threat. From the moment our vehicles were blocked, the fighters of the 88th Brigade acted according to the instructions. They brought their weapons to combat readiness, loaded cartridges into the chambers, left the transport and took up firing positions. They did not succumb to provocations and immediately transmitted the circumstances and location to the brigade security service. In the video above, you can see how the bearded special forces in slippers huddled in a fat herd among the cars, while our guys dispersed and took control of the opponents. The attackers apparently expected that events would take a different turn, and when the threat of a real armed conflict loomed, let us recall that the special forces in slippers initially blocked the Espanola fighters with weapons in their hands. The Espanola commander, in the event of real threats, had previously, back when the brigade was being formed, given the order to open fire to kill. The eldest of these circus performers, who introduced himself as Eunice, Adam's brother, declared that there's nothing to catch here, and boldly leaving a contact number, rushed off with his entire troop.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.